As they say around here, keep Austin weird. They're going to keep it electric today inside Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, home to the Longhorns. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Colorado State Rams, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Longhorns will get this season underway as toe meets leather. He'll bring it out. It's Clemens. He's got great speed. Got a little room. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He will score. Touchdown, Colorado State.
How about special teams being special on the opening kick? You work in meetings all week, and we might have a chance to bust one. First kick takes it, busts it through, uses the speed, takes it all the way back to the house. What a start.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. How about that for starting things with a bang? Opening kickoff and house that baby. What a job there.
Texas.
From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. Makes a move. Oh, what vision. He's going to get loose. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Longhorns. He just took it the entire length of the field, end to end, coast to coast, nationwide for the touchdown.
And how about the fans in the stands going, no, take a knee, no, yes, over 100 yards to the kickoff return. Nice job taking that in the end zone, making a huge play.
And right down the middle. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Clemens. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. They'll try the run. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
You want to settle everybody in on the road? You want to take the nerves away? Run the football. Really, really good job. The offensive line, they're physical and nasty. They're not nervous. They're not worried about this crowd getting loud. They just want to hit you right in the mouth, and they started the game off with some good physicality.
At the 45, on its way. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. From the gun, running back gets to give. Still running at the 40. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. He's got 42 yards rushing already. What a way to start this new season. And the Rams come to the line with a new set of downs. Fast motion from the offense. On the run, it's Clemens. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams! That running back just had a caravan of blockers to take him into the end zone.
There's not very many times at home, Reese, where I'm going to say that everybody watching on their couch could have scored on that play. This is one of them.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he finished it with a scintillating 28-yarder to the house.
Texas.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. The offense lining up for a first down play. Wide receiver coming across in motion. The receiver on the jet sweep. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. And the Longhorns want to pick up the tempo. They'll go to the ground. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Pocket starts to collapse. Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
Now on second down after the incompletion. Direct snap. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Getting some heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
So on their first drive of the game, they're going to roll the dice a little bit and go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Fires into traffic, picked off. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Colorado State. How about that D coming up with a play like that?
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking 4th down, go for it. Well, even if you don't get it, you turn the ball back to their offense. Not that. You throw a pick, and they turn it back all the way for a touchdown and get points. That is a disaster for this offense.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six.
Texas.
He's going to try his luck from the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. And down he goes back.
A 10-yard loss.
He just terrorizes quarterbacks, his 30th career sack.
And that's an amazing number, 30 sacks, because a lot of guys get sacks early in their careers, and then coordinators figure it out and then start double-teaming them and sliding and chipping, and then their numbers come down. This guy, though, David, has never stopped.
And it's got to be consistently, Jesse. Like, you got to consistently.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Oh, that might be a little too close for comfort for me. If I'm a play caller, I want to create some space. I want to take a shot and maybe throw the football down the field, but woof, I want my quarterback to know, like, listen, hey, we're really close. We're a bad spot away from 2 points for the other team.
Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Colorado State takes over the Ram. Offense returns to the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Line getting set on second down. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Makes it past the marker. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. He's up to 57 yards on the ground in this first quarter. That is a terrific start. Man, what an opening quarter for this offense. They've got it again, first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's right on target. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is, because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. The offense trying to find a way on 4th and goal from the 2. Barrels ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Colorado State.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Utah has the lead right now, but this Rice-Eccles crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 7 over the Sharks. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll go with a direct snap. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Longhorns headed quickly to the line. Snap it to the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Gibson. Tackled immediately after the catch. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? They'll try to get the first through the air. He's got his man. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
They're bringing heat. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Texas.
I guess they believe the entire field is 4-down territory. A bit of an odd choice, but they'll go for it on 4th and 12 miles. Lets it fly. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down.
And sometimes the best defense is getting a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get them.
We will see what this Colorado State offense can get done this time. They'll try the right side. And he could not get loose on the run. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart. He's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared with his teammates, with his family, with the fans during his time. But he's got a job, David. He's
fires into traffic. It's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid...
See, not all linebackers are just big meatheads, right? They come downhill and hit you in the mouth. What a good job of understanding. It's a passing situation. I drop back. I see it. I break on the football in zone coverage. Give me that rock.
Excellent field position here for the offense. He's looking to throw it. Makes his connection. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Guys, we'll have another peek at this Rams offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this round.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. On target over the middle. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
These guys are called matchup guys. They're not the biggest guys on the field, but they're going to win. Short, and they're going to catch the ball, and they're going to make yards after the catch. You can tell those are the type of guys in college football that are starting to get maximized and used a lot more than they were in the past.
He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked. really need positive yards on second down after the incompletion. They'll snap it from the 44. It's a draw. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. He's got 67 yards rushing, and that is quite an impressive first half here in this season opener. Third and short from the 49. Is this four-down territory? They'll try to power their way ahead. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. All the numbers and stats will show you going for it on fourth down in this area of the field really puts pressure on a defense.
Timeout, Texas.
This is not leather helmet era football. This is analytics around midfield, four-down territory. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? And the offense falls on the football, but they are short of the line to gain. It'll be a turnover on downs.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down two possessions, David, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut it to a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. To throw, it's Manning. It's complete to the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Handoff to the single running back. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. The Longhorns want to crank the tempo. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. That's caught. It's Moore. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. First and goal. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing.
The fake, and he wants to throw. He makes the catch in the end zone, and that trickery works to perfection for the two. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half.
Texas.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. Inside a half minute to play. Would they dare go for a score here? Wide receiver shows motion. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Tosses it incomplete. Still on the 35-yard line, they'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Defense in press coverage. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He makes the catch. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
Timeout, Colorado State.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Motion from the offense. They'll throw it on 1st down. That's caught. It's Henderson. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Fires to the wideout. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one, a 47-yarder from the right hash. And he missed it. No good. Guys, still a 6-point game, but a missed opportunity.
Colorado State 28, Texas 22.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Trying to find his man on 1st down. He's going to run it. At the 40, there he goes. Oh, there's the ball. The defense pounced on that. Now they're headed the other way. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Colorado State 28, Texas.
The Rams will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Oh, he's going to go for the return. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard.
Texas Longhorns will take over 1st and 10.
And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They put points on the board in the first half, but still find themselves in a hole.
And if I'm this offense, man, I'm not trying to change anything. I scored a bunch of points. I've been successful. Jesse, the defense has to catch up here in the second half.
Yeah, they do. They're going to have to start making plays, but you can only control what you can control. So for the offense, go out, do your job, trusting that your defense is going to make a play.
He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Well, they picked up that first running the football. That's good news for an offensive line that really has been getting pushed around and bullied in this game so far. Let's see what happens moving forward.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Off he goes. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They'll try the right side. Open space at the 25. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense. And their running game, that time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
Quarterback will audible. Direct snap. Not much running room. He's got one down to the 12. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down.
Here we go.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Extending the play. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to run for it. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the 1st down? The Longhorns are in the hurry-up.
Offense facing 4th down.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Texas.
And despite going 0 for 2 on 4th down so far, they will stay aggressive and go for it here. They'll go with a direct snap.
Gotta love the physicality on 4th down and short. You know what's coming. They hand the football off to the running back. No secret, but he plays physical, gets behind his pads, and gets the 1st down.
And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Defensively, man, I play so much more man coverage when it gets down near the red zone, down inside the 20-yard line, this area of the field. I got less space to cover. I don't have to worry about them running way down the field really deep, but I do have to worry about them finding ways to get wide receivers, tight ends, speed the ball on the perimeter. Defense was ready for it. Pretty good job by the defense.
How good have they been on 3rd down today? And another opportunity here on 3rd and goal. They're going to run it. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Texas!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And the extra point puts them on top by 1. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Wisconsin is ahead early inside Camp Randall, but that's not exactly Ron Dane out there running the ball. This game is a long way from over. They're up by 10 over Washington State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. Colorado State takes over the Ram. Offense returns to the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. They'll give it to him again. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
On second down, he'll fire. Going to try to pop one on the screen. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2.
Love the execution there in the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the 1st down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Leaves it with the running back. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down.
For the offense. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Texas 29, Colorado State 28.
And the Rams come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Touch pass on the run. Still running at the 35. And he's out of bounds after the nice gain, and maybe that is finally the spark to get this passing game going. That chunk play has them in business, set up with a 1st down in the red zone. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Using the spin move. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. Give him 96 yards rushing, and he has busted the century mark in this season opener. They move the tight end all over. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. The Rams racing to the line in the hurry-up. Touchdown, Colorado State. They move on top here in the 4th.
Man, I love this offense, being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
How about this? A 2-point conversion coming. He's looking to throw. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Past the 50. The 40.
The 2-point attempt is no good. That keeps the score. Colorado State 34, Texas.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Number 17 sets the kickoff.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Bringing the heat. He goes out of bounds on that return right at the 20-yard line. Here comes the Texas offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
They get a huge gain on that toss play, and this running back, when he's got the ball in space, watch out. You see when he's out in the perimeter of the field, he's able to pick his spots. He can make people miss. He's got a bevy of moves. Way to generate the explosive play.
Snap it to the back. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop him.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Handoff to the lone back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. And the Longhorns want to move quickly. They go to the ground. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
So now the opportunity to take the lead with a 1st and goal here. Wide out in motion. Wide receiver's going to get a shot at it on 1st and goal. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And I got to find ways to manufacture some offense down here in this area. The field shrinks. It gets a little bit more difficult. So I got to take a few more chances, get the ball to some speed on the perimeter, try to make some big plays.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Quarterback sneaks ahead. Touchdown, Longhorns! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
How nice is it to know, man, late in the ball game when I need it, I can keep the football on the ground, not get super complicated, pound the rock, get in the end zone, and take the lead.
They'll try to tack on an extra point here deep in the game. And the extra point is good, and the lead is 2 here in the 4th. So it's an 80-yard drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. On the run from inside his own 5. He's not going to make it to the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 17. We will see what this Colorado State offense can get done this time. Unloads quickly. Nifty little dance step. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Red pass, it's complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
And I think that call will leave people scratching their head. You know, you're down a possession. You got to go make something happen. The clock is ticking. Like, we got to take some shots down the field, or we got to get our butts out of bounds after we make those catches.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's got his man. After the filthy move, he's got room. And he wisely gets out of bounds. The clock can be the enemy right now, and this offense needs to get some points. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
Yeah, and you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. 4th quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
Unloads it left. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
The give on the inside. Just a 1-yard gain leaves him with 3rd and 9. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Fires downfield. And it's picked off. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. 1st down here for the offense. Direct snap. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
To the air. It's Manning trying to get to him. Final shot falls to the turf, and that'll be the ball game. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football, in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David. This was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game.